Come on and ride on a fantastic voyage to international seas as we get into this sample, or it could be an American single malt for all we know. We're blind. Who knows what this is? You're going to get an honest opinion either way. Let's get into this.
Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh. Thanks for being with us today. I am a whiskey nerd. Erin is more of a social sipper.
Yes.
We are a husband and wife who do these videos and have fun. We're not whiskey reviewers. Our reactions to these pours completely blind. Serve as your review, though. That way you get the most unbiased opinion possible. There's no labels or price tags or anything like that to cloud our judgment,
Nope.
bias us. However, we will taste this and then give you some ratings on it. And then once we have those, we'll find out the price and see if that changes how we feel based on what we tasted before we find out what we're drinking.
Yep.
We just think this is a fun way to have some whiskey and share it with you guys. So let's get into the nose on this. All we know is it's international because it's in one of our amber sample jars.
Yep.
We do that in case they're peated. We make sure they're the last thing we record in any given day.
Yes.
So let's get into this. Oh my goodness.
Interesting. It's very alcohol fumey. That was the first thing I got.
Yeah, and by the way, international whiskey, more than bourbon and rye, because there's really not color additives to those. You would hope there's no color additives in international whiskey. And if that's true for this whiskey, it has a really nice golden hue to it.
Mm-hmm.
It almost, just really nice golden hue. It's rich on the nose. It's kind of this bready, it's the malt,
Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of fruit. Normally on international, I'll get like Band-Aids and fruit.
Yeah, this is
not Band-Aids and fruit.
Yeah, I would be stunned if this is not ex-bourbon maturation. It's got a ton of caramel, ton of vanilla. Smells awesome on the nose. And it's just like caramel, vanilla, malty goodness.
Yeah, and I think that's what is kind of surprising to me because it smells very similar to a bourbon, but I knew it was international, so I was expecting something different. So I'm kind of like, does not compute. My brain is a little short-circuiting right now.
Reframe your expectations.
Yeah.
And let's get into this on the palate.
I don't know what I'm drinking.
Wow. Man, that's crazy. That's everything on the nose is there. The caramel, the vanilla, heavy vanilla. But there is an inclusion of fruit that just doesn't exist on the nose, but comes through on the palate.
I'm not getting fruit. I'm getting something like green wood, maybe? I don't know, but it's good. Hold on. I need another first sip.
I'll take another sip with you.
I think if I had this and you didn't tell me it was international, I would assume this is like a rye or something.
Oh.
It's kind of...
That's an interesting point.
Dry and earthy like I get with ryes.
That's a really interesting point. I don't know if I would think it's a rye. I might think it's very bourbon influenced to me.
It's not... I'm not getting the sweetness that I normally get on most bourbons.
Well, and that's because it's probably a single malt. So you're not going to get that same level of bourbony corn-based sweetness. But a lot of the flavors, it kind of tastes like a finished bourbon to me.
Yeah, I can see that. There's something that's almost, it's not hot. There's not heat or like spice, but it's almost prickly, like effervescent.
It's like a black peppery kind of sizzle.
On the back of the palate.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I equate that to ryes.
Interesting. On subsequent sips for me, well, you're not wrong, by the way. Like rye whiskeys and bourbons that are rye based as a secondary flavoring grain can have that sparkle on the palate. This does have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Barrel spice on the back end, vanilla. That fruity note that I got on first sip is kind of fading to the background. It is getting very bourbon barrel influence. I think this would be a fantastic single malt for somebody that loves bourbon, that has dabbled in single malts, and you're interested in stepping into one maybe that you haven't tried before.
If this is indeed a single malt, as we're assuming it is.
Most of the international whiskeys are single malts.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just leaving that little room there.
I'm not saying I think it's a Scotch or an Irish. Honestly, I don't know that I've had very many single malts like this, international whiskeys like this. It could be an American single malt.
I feel like it's an American single malt, if I had to guess. If I had to put money on it, I'd say it's an American single malt.
All right, do you have a rating on this?
I'm going to give it a tentative thumbs up. I like it.
Yeah.
But also, if it's expensive, I probably had something that's very similar to it that's less money. So we'll see.
Don't worry about the price right now.
I know.
Just on taste.
Just on taste, I'm giving it thumbs up.
Okay.
But I'm willing to change it if it's too much money.
Yeah, I think on taste, I'm going to be a thumbs up too. sometimes when I want scotch, I want something that's more scotchy than this, and I don't want that bridge. You know, I either want, if I want this, I either want bourbon.
If you want international, you normally think scotch.
Usually, yeah. And I'm wanting to go all the way into scotch, or if I want more bourbon influence, I'll just go to bourbon.
Yeah.
I'll skip this bridge type of pour.
Yep.
But it is good, and I would like a bottle if the price is right. So tentatively, we're both thumbs up.
Yep.
In our pool, this is number 30. We're going to find out the price and see if that changes our thumbs up rating before we find out what we're drinking.
All right.
What
price
do we have?
On this is 130 American dollars.
Wow. I mean, the proof, the ABV, rather, it seems very well crafted. And
it does.
And it seems like it's probably cask strength, so I can't say I'm surprised at that price point. But do I need a bottle at that?
Well, I think to your point, this is similar enough to the bourbon rye world where if I wanted these flavors, I would go drink a bourbon or a rye. I'm getting more rye vibes out of this. That's just me. You're getting more bourbon vibes out of it. That's fine. But I probably wouldn't spend $130 on this to get a flavor that I could get for $50 in the American bourbon rye world. Yeah. So I'm going to have to go just okay because I like what I'm tasting. I would like a pour of it, maybe if someone offered it to me or at a bar, but I don't need a bottle of it. So I'm going just okay, officially.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's where I'm at too. I think I'm down to just okay. Not that I don't like it, I do, but again, it's when you're that middle ground, you're kind of a jack of all trades, a master of none, and that's what this is. This is appealing to my bourbon drinkerness, and I like scotch, so I kind of don't need a bottle of this. I'd rather just have a bottle of really good scotch.
Have a bottle of bourbon or a bottle of scotch.
Yeah, that's more scotchy, or I'll just, again, skip this and go straight to bourbon. Barrel-proof bourbon. But it is good. It's really good.
If you're wanting something that kind of bridges the gap between both of those worlds, whatever this is, could be good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. And in that sense, like, it's hard not to say thumbs up, to be honest with you, because it's hard to get.
It does a BOGO. It's like it's like you buy one, get one.
I feel like I'm trying to talk myself into a thumbs up.
No, go with your heart.
If you're watching this and you're a bourbon drinker who only likes some Scotch or Irish or international whiskeys that you've tried, and you're looking for that one that you're really going to love, and you like a little bit of higher proof and concentration of flavor, you're going to be thumbs up on this. You're going to like it.
If you can get whatever this is, this one might be one to try.
Right. But for me, and the fact that I really do love really fruity scotches and also love really peaty scotches, and this is neither of those things, that's why it's just okay, but it is still very good. You can taste it and tell it's very well crafted.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
After this video goes off, I'm going to try to drink the rest of Aaron's. I'm just going to be honest with you.
You can probably have the rest of it.
I do like it that much.
Fine.
All right. We know it's $130. What are we drinking?
We are drinking Red Spot.
What's the proof on Red Spot? ABV?
ABV is 46%.
Wow.
It's a 15-year, and it's an Irish single pot still whiskey. And this is a sample given to us thanks to Peter Fastiano at Whiskey is a Journey.
First off, Peter, thank you. To you watching this, if you're not subscribed to Peter's channel, you owe it to yourself to subscribe. It's in the video description below. I'll put it there after this video. Check it out. Awesome guy. Awesome whiskey reviews. Red Spot. Yeah. I thought this drank 46?
Yeah.
That's like 92 proof. I thought this drank way higher than that.
It does. It feels at least 100 proof.
You know what this...
If not slightly more, 105?
You know what made me think, or when I had this, you know what I thought of?
What?
It didn't seem as oomphy, didn't seem as proofy, but the closest thing that this reminded me of was Blue Spot from the Spot series.
Interesting.
And his Red Spot, and which I have almost no experience with. I think I've had this once before ever, years ago. That's really interesting.
This is interesting because we like a lot of Spot series.
This at 130. I have seen posts recently of people showing that on shelves for $300.
Oh my gosh.
I'm out. I'm 100% out at $300.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
130 to 150 if you want to expand the Irish whiskey lineup, if you want to have all the spots. It's definitely not a ripoff. It's very well crafted whiskey.
It is well crafted, and that well craftedness comes through in the taste. But again, it kind of tastes like it could be a bourbon or a rye or a finished something, in the American sphere. Sure. But yeah, that's wild. Okay. My mind's a little bit blown, but
I'm going to do a glass transfer here because I just smelled it and all I got was your lip gloss or lipstick or whatever.
It's my lip balm.
There you go.
Burt's Bees.
Pomegranate. Okay.
Pomegranate. Because it has just a slight tint.
Okay.
It's perfect. It's a perfect tinted lip balm for anyone.
Pro tip, if you're looking for tinted lip balm.
Burt's Bees Pomegranate.
Okay. All right. Fun video. Super interesting.
Yeah.
Is Red Spot worth $300? I'd say no.
I would say no.
Is it worth retail, which I think is $130? I think it might have gone up to $150. I mean, it's not worth it.
For us, it's not.
But it's not
But
worth
it's
it.
not if it's for you.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say that.
I don't even know how this video is going to be titled. We'll figure it out after
Yeah.
the fact. Very fun. If you like this style of content, if you like these unbiased reaction type of reviews, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you're looking for a really, really, really good whiskey community, you owe it to yourself to check out our Patreon. That's how you get access to our Discord. And through Discord, people are talking about whiskey over there all the time, including a bunch of single malts over in the Malt Madness section. We got a ton of people, a ton of great people. That's the key part.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful community. You can get
Great
plugged in.
people who like good whiskey.
That's what we say. You can get plugged in for $3 a month over there on Discord and Patreon. Or if you want to get access to our barrel picks, you can even sign up for the free tier. And that right there will get you access. If it goes through all the paid tiers, if our barrel picks go through all the paid tiers, then they go down to the free tier if they're still available.
Yep.
And, starting at the $3 tier, as you go up in tiers per price, just get you quicker access to our barrel picks, interactive tasting events with the channel and us and all that stuff. It's all over there on Patreon. You can check it out in the video description below. While you're down there, you'll find a link to stuffandwhiskey.com, which has shirts like this,
Yes.
glassware like these,
Yep.
apparel, goods, all kinds of
All
other
kinds of stuff.
things.
Check it out.
You can check it out. Get good gift stuff over there.
Yep.
Check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it for today, y'all. Be good to each other. And until next time.
Cheers.